He's already in the US, that was his role.
Yeah, and Gino accused her of cheating on him. Do you agree with him in that statement?
No, I mean, it was so obvious that she was
cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with him. She was cheating, right?
TMC, too much cheating.
I mean, to be honest with you, it's very hard to not say that Jasmine was not cheating. I mean, like, at the end of the day, when it comes to that situation with Jasmine and Gino, like I said before in my previous video, the fact that she had already had a man scouted to be a part of their open relationship screams infidelity. You know, it screams that you was already actively looking without even having permission, without your partner's acknowledgement, which means therefore you was doing the dirty deed behind their back, which therefore means that, you know, you were obviously cheating. So yeah, anybody that wants to see otherwise, good on you. But nonetheless though, let's see what else had to be said by Shekinah and Sapa.
Now, I know we don't know about how things will end this season, but do you hope to see more of Jasmine's story in perhaps a future 90-day season? I feel like she's so...
really.
Oh.
I feel like I'm done with Jasmine.
Oh, I love Jasmine.
So over it.
Me personally, I can second that because I've been wanting to be done with Jasmine and Gino for a long time. So I've been lying if I said that I disagree with what's being said here.
I feel like she really brings like a certain je ne sais quoi to this.
Yeah.
I can't even stand her voice anymore.
Okay, that's
Too
a hot
much
take.
crying. I don't.
I mean, there was definitely, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't stand Jasmine's voice, not gonna lie to you, but did she kind of have to say that? Probably not. And to be fair, obviously, the further we get into this video, it's gonna get a bit more interesting because, yeah, there were other cast members that definitely wanted to react to this situation that is going on here, but let's continue.
I mean, when I see someone, I always criticize Shekinah that she's not crying enough for me. No more tears for me. But
My apologies, I've actually gone past the part. Okay, well, listen, but then there was another part right at the beginning that was said here that definitely needs to be spoken about because, boy, when she says this, I was like, okay, interesting. Talk about adding more fuel to the fire.
I believe that all tears are crocodile tears of her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like she was probably pregnant at the last resort. Well,
Now that statement, definitely interesting. She was probably pregnant at the last resort. I mean, listen, Jasmine at this moment in time has come out to make it abundantly clear that that was never the case, because if she was, then that means she would have been at least 12 to 13 months pregnant by now, and this is something that Jasmine has joked about many times as she continues to, you know, make it abundantly clear that she was not pregnant at the last resort, and her pregnancy happened sometime after the last resort. I mean, to be honest with you, whether or not that pregnancy, I mean, don't get me wrong, if the pregnancy happened at the last resort, then obviously that's a very bad thing, because it obviously confirms more than ever that not only was she emotionally cheating on Gino, but she was also physically cheating on Gino. But at the same time though, if it's a case of where, you know, she got pregnant after the last resort, it's still a bit of a bummer situation because Gino wanted kids and she didn't want to give him any kids, which obviously further goes to explain or expose her intentions of coming to the States in the first place. And those were never to come and be with Gino long term, they were just to allow herself to be in America, and then obviously after that she does whatever the hell she wants to do. At least that's obviously the thought behind it. But now here's the thing, this video itself in particular was then found, I then saw it online, and who was it? Danielle decided to come in and have her say on the matter. So let's get into it. So the posts, so the clips that I showed you guys, you know, they were made into a post on IG with the caption saying, "This is so sad, a woman talking badly about another woman and her voice, something they cannot control." And again, Jasmine couldn't have been pregnant on the last resort. It was filmed a year ago. Now, of course, as you can see, Danielle decided to take the screenshot itself in particular and add her own little information, where she starts off in this one by saying, "A woman, a mother, came from another cast member for no reason, when even the journalist was trying to stir her away from being a mean girl. Gross as F." Now, that's not where it stops. She comes in again and says, Jasmine, at Jasmine, okay, Panama, carries every season like a pro, handles the haters with humor, and is a lot more intelligent than people give her credit for. She doesn't have to suck for likes, but for sheer enjoyment. And then also another one comes out where she says, Jasmine was one of the first cast members to reach out to me when I was cast for the first show, and even though we've never met, she's always been blindly supportive of women. And then also lastly, she also came in by saying that I'm just so tired of mean people in an already mean world, and it probably impacts me more than it should because it eclipse / every season, and I'm a Scorpio / Aries / Sagittarius, just to confirm. Maybe we can all pray to God that her next surgery, someone can sew her mouth shut so she can stop attacking women. The whole world is attacking women. So here's the thing. Let's break it down. Let's get into the first one itself in particular, what is said here. Now, just regarding the caption itself in particular, talking about this is so sad, a woman is talking badly about another woman and her voice. For me personally, I'm gonna say that I don't really believe it was to that extent. I just feel like, you know, the host asked a question. What's his name? Sarpa responded, and then so did Shekinah, and she said, "Listen, I personally don't think, you know, that Jasmine is XYZ," but definitely didn't say it in a tone that was mean, shall I say. But of course, the comment itself in particular talking about her voice annoys me now. It really depends on what perspective you want to look at it. You could look at it as she was really trying to say that Jasmine's voice is hella annoying, or she was saying that I'm just sick and tired of hearing her voice, and her voice is now simply goes through me. It could be anything. I mean, for me personally, I just don't like when Jasmine shouts. That's when her voice annoys me the most, because the shouting is just not needed. I don't like people that shout. It's just, you know what I mean? And it's very, very unattractive as well, you know, from a man's perspective. But again, though, Shekinah, who knows what perspective that she meant it from. But as you saw here, Danielle comes in and says a woman, a mother can come for another cosmic for no reason, when even the journalist was trying to steer away from being a mean girl. I mean, listen, to be honest, it is definitely the journalist's responsibility sometimes, depending on the journalist, on what narrative they want to put out there, and also how they want to look themselves. So it could be a case where the journalist did think that Shekinah was being over the top, so therefore she wanted to stay away from that mean girl persona, or the journalist was like, well, I don't really want to make a video that's going to be construed as if we're actually trying to be malicious towards another cast member. Because remember, this show here that has been done on this page is literally something that is a segment for 90-day cast members. And also, you have to understand, Access Hollywood obviously have a healthy relationship with 90 Day. So therefore, when they are doing certain interviews or whatnot, they're going to want interviews to be done in a certain way that's going to please the network. So maybe it was just the fact that the network didn't want to put this narrative out there that Shekinah was going to be completely cruel to Jasmine. So therefore, the host is just trying to protect it in a way that says, well, we don't want to put this out on our platform because we don't want the backlash to come to us. I hope I'm making sense, because what I'm trying to say here is that there are certain companies that have a relationship with TLC, and that's why they get interviews all the time, and it's because they keep a healthy relationship, and that's why in those interviews they only ever ask questions that can fit the narrative and only ever deliver answers that fit a narrative that doesn't give us too much, as in us the audience. You see what I'm saying? So it may not even be the case where she was trying to stay away from the mean girl thing. It could be like, this is what I get paid for, you know what I mean? I hope that made sense. But either way though, the question is so far, do you think Shekinah was actually trying to be malicious? Do you think she was actually trying to purposely talk badly about another woman? Or do you think she was just merely just giving her own honest opinion? Because I mean, my opinion is pretty much the same, to be fair with you. Am I now trying to tear down another woman? You know? So it really depends, I guess, what perspective you want to look at it. But when we move on to the next one here, something in particular, when she talks about Jasmine carries every season like a pro, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Ugh. I mean, for me, I'm gonna strongly disagree with that, because I can't stand Jasmine on any season, to be fair. I've been done with her since probably since the second season her and Gino appeared. Since then, I've been like, come on. And let's be real, their storylines have been pretty much copy and paste for the most part. So it's like, it's not like we've had anything dramatically new. To be fair, this season has been the season where we've got something kind of newer than normal, but it's still been about the same thing that we've had from these two from the very beginning. So when it comes to Jasmine being a part of every season, listen, it's not even about carrying a season, because the problem is that her and Gino's storyline has been the same since day one. It has always been about infidelity, and it's always been about what can Gino do for her. Do you see what I'm saying? And how he can let her down. and also how he does not want to sleep with her. It has been the same thing. So really and truly, I don't know how you can carry any season with the same bloody storyline, but that's just my opinion, you know. But I will agree though, Jasmine definitely does a great job when it comes to handling haters with a humor. That 1000%, I cannot disagree with that. She definitely does a great job with that stuff in particular, you know what I mean? And 100%, she's definitely an intelligent person, trust me. Anybody that doesn't see the intelligence behind Jasmine, then I don't know what you're watching, because boy, the woman is smart, sly, and sneaky. The only problem is that Gino thinks that he's as intelligent as Jasmine when he's not. He never has been, never will be. But nonetheless though, when we come into this one itself in particular, where she talks about the fact that Jasmine was the first cosmo to reach out to her, I guess maybe they've got a bond, I don't know, and that's why she feels so, you know, she feels the way she feels about it. Who knows? Nonetheless though, of course, in this one itself in particular, to be honest with you, I am going to say this is a bit hypocritical, because she does say that I'm just so tired of mean people and it's already a mean world, and it probably impacts me more than it should. But then at the bottom goes off and says that, well, we can all pray to God that her next surgery, someone can sew her mouth shut so she can stop attacking women when the whole world is attacking women. So here's the thing. You're basically now saying that she needs to be put, like, isn't that basically like an attack on Shekinah, who's also a woman too? I mean, look at it this way, right? If I was in this position now where I'm going to be, I'm going to have a narrative where I need to defend said person who's the same gender as me or whatever, okay? All I would merely say is that, listen, I hope that this said person can learn from what they've done, because what they've done is not kind and is actually not helping women itself in particular. And I hope this person can, you know, find a new lease in life that can allow them to that person to conduct themselves in ways that are better, rather than ways that is actually making things worse for women. That's how you would address that. But then to address it in a way that says, I hope her next surgery basically gets her mouth shut, is basically attacking her too. Unless I'm looking at it from the wrong perspective. It is entirely up to you folks, obviously, how you want to see that. But as far as I'm concerned, personally, from my perspective, I don't really think that the interview was really that deep to that level, to the fact that, you know, Shekinah really went out of her way to, you know, really put down another person. Shekinah was just being Shekinah. Just somebody that if you ask her a question, she's just gonna give you her own honest answer in her own monotone. And even talk about voices, I can't understand listening to Shekinah talk, to be honest, if you just sort of say. But nonetheless though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace. But I will say this though, maybe because I'm not a woman, maybe all of this is gone over my head. And if that's the case, please let me know in the comment section, and we can get down to it. Now with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.